Hi guys, so I'm going to read Tales of Suspense number 46. So this is the first appearance of the Crimson Dynamo. More powerful than Iron Man. How can the golden superhero ever defeat the Crimson Dynamo? It is time for Anthony Stark to become Iron Man once again. I pray that this will not be my final battle. Iron Man faces the Crimson Dynamo. The rock isn't falling naturally. Something is causing this, and I've got to find out who.
Look, Iron Man's here. He's trying to reach the Y9 before it crashes. He won't make it. Those guys are as good as dead.
Story, plot, Stan Lee, script, R. Burns, art, Don Heck, lettering, Art Simic. As Iron Man desperately streaks skyward, he is amazed and shocked, for the Y-69 rocket he invented as scientist Anthony Stark is not merely carrying 3 terrified test pilots to their doom, but never has Iron Man ever seen an object fall this way, plunging and twisting crazily like a helpless leaf in a storm. But to learn what Stark's rocket is being sucked into, and why it is marked for disaster, we must go back 2 weeks, back to Red Russia. Can you recognize the pudgy, scowling figure entering a strange laboratory just outside Moscow? So that's Nikita Khrushchev. He was the leader of the Soviet Union in the early 60s. So I looked up him speaking, so I'll try to do my best impression of him, because he speaks a lot in this issue.
Guards, follow me.
If you don't, then you know nothing about the Cold War, for this stocky fellow is Mr. Big of the Iron Curtain.
Here we are, Excellency. The laboratory of the Crimson Dynamo. How I hate this Professor Vanko, and fear him. But Vanko is the world's greatest expert on electricity, so I must regretfully use him and not liquidate him.
Ah, comrade leader, I am honored by your presence.
Stop lying, Vanko. I am aware of your arrogance. You think you are the cleverest man in the nation, even more ingenious and important than I.
I more important than our glorious leader? Surely you jest.
I never joke, Vanko. I'm not here to match wits. You're supposed to give me a private demonstration of some new scientific discovery. Get on with it.
At once, your Excellency. First I must don the peculiar costume.
Peculiar? You look ridiculous, Vanko. Like a human dynamo.
Precisely what I am, comrade. I am all wired up to perform electric miracles. You'll be shocked at my powers. After spending years experimenting on myself, I now have the ability to control electricity in any of its forms. Step this way, please.
Iron Man! By Lenin's beard! You have lured me into a trap, Vanko! Get him!
Nonsense. Tell your guards. Actually, I should speak kind of like I do with Iron Man.
It's nonsense. Tell your guards to lower their weapons. That figure is a mere robot operating under my remote control. I simply press a button and he shuffles forward.
Clank, clank, clank.
But why towards me, you idiot? Iron Man will destroy me. Or is that what you want? To assassinate me? Well, we are nervous and suspicious today. No, comrade. I am merely demonstrating what I can do to Iron Man.
The robot exploded.
Exactly. At the push of a tiny button. My rheostat emitted enough volts of electricity to short-circuit every electronic contraption Iron Man possesses.
Then you could blow the real Iron Man to bits. Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Yes, provided I've lined up the proper frequencies and other technical matters you wouldn't understand. Now observe that tank.
It's advancing towards me.
Correct. Yet there is no one inside. I alone control it.
We'll go get some help, Your Excellency.
The guards, come back! It's following me! The tank is after me! Clunk, 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 clunk. I'm trapped! And the tank, it's coming closer and closer! Vanko, you diabolical counter-revolutionist!
Such panic from the mightiest man in the communist bloc. Very unseemly, comrade.
But the tank! The tank!
I'll take care of the tank. It will stop exactly 2 inches in front of you. See? Now step this way, Your Excellency.
You did it! It obeyed you as if it's alive!
You've seen nothing yet. Watch. I'm firing an electric bolt from my fingertips, which will completely destroy this steel monster. Impressed?
Totally. In fact, Vanko is so powerful, he may one day turn against me. However, his electric genius shall serve me well, before I eliminate him. Have you heard of Anthony Stark?
Who has not? Stark is America's greatest weaponry scientist. Without him, the American defense effort would be far weaker.
Thus, by stopping Stark's operations, the U.S. will lag behind us in the arms race. However, none of our agents has been able to sabotage Stark because he is always guarded by Iron Man. Can you defeat the real Iron Man, as you did that robot of Iron Man?
What do you think, comrade?
I think you can do most anything, my friend. Go to America, wreck Stark's projects, and get rid of Iron Man.
This has been what I've been slaving for, comrade leader. A chance to prove I'm the most powerful man on Earth. You shall soon have Iron Man's real head.
Excellent, and I shall reward you handsomely for it, by removing yours.
And so, 2 weeks later, at Anthony Stark's main testing ground in the U.S.
Me? I wouldn't go up in one of those things if they gave me Fort Knox.
Naturally not happy. If you had any real courage, you'd be the heavyweight champ now instead of Mr. Stark's chauffeur.
Boy, with friends like you, Pepper, I don't need enemies. For your info, Freckleface, I gave up the ring because I didn't want to hurt anybody.
Anybody named Happy Hogan, you mean?
You'll probably even find fault with Iron Man. And speaking of Iron Man, I'd feel a lot better if he was here now, just in case something goes wrong with that missile. The boss is launching.
Happy may have something there. I'll head for my office and change to Iron Man. But I'll need a pretext to leave. I have to phone the Pentagon. Meantime, conduct the launch according to plan. Yes, sir, Mr. Stark. Moments later, in his office. I'll be dressed by the time the mister is fired. This collapsible, extensible armor is a snap to get in and out of. At the same time, nearby, a weird figure prepares to destroy both the missile and Iron Man himself. There goes Stark's multi-million-dollar investment. Now to use my electrical powers to affect the plane's circuits and cause disaster. Then, as many anxious eyes watch the vaulting missile,
Holy cats! Look at those dials revolve! Every electric circuit is out of whack! We're diving back to Earth!
No, it's not a dive. We're spinning, twisting, falling, all at the same time.
It isn't possible. Stark triple-checked all the systems. Stark, he failed, and we'll pay with our lives.
Got to save those men. That missile, no matter what.
Look, Star Iron Man's up there. But he reach this fallen ship in time?
Only one thing to do. Meet the craft in mid-air and lessen the speed of its descent. This way I can buffer the fall so the men aren't injured.
Iron Man managed to slow the ship down, but he took the full brunt of the impact himself. I did it. They're safe. Look at the way he's staggering. It almost knocked him out. It would have killed any other living being. We owe our lives to that guy, whatever he is.
The leader was right. Iron Man hovers around and protects Stark's inventions like a one-man army. He just frustrated the perfect job of sabotage, but he can't be at all of Stark's plans at once.
Presently after Iron Man leaves and Stark reappears.
I never seen anything like it, Mr. Stark. Every electrical connection, every piece of electrical machinery is burned to a cinder.
But how? Why? What could have affected our electrical apparatuses? Then, as the days and weeks pass, the Crimson Dynamo secretly adds to the mystery at Stark's plants around the country.
Great guns! The rocket exploded seconds after it left the pad. It's a good thing we only had robots aboard.
Another day.
I never seen anything like this before. All our electrical equipment has burst into flame. We better get out of here before we get trapped.
Elsewhere.
Ha! This is the 10th plant I've ruined. Yet nobody, not even the brilliant Stark himself, can figure out what's causing these mysterious fires.
See, I'm not doing the Crimson Dynamo, like the robot kind of voice, because he's speaking, like, with, like, internally, so he's not actually speaking. But when he does speak, I'll do that voice. That weekend, as a stunned Tony Stark surveys the damage of yet another plant in his industrial complex. This is incredible. Every enemy agent in the nation must have picked me as their exclusive target for sabotage.
Could be, Stark. But if they have, and you can't stop them, you won't be able to deliver vital equipment to the government anymore. You'll be ruined.
Are you hinting that my contracts might be taken away from me?
The Pentagon has no alternative, Stark. The country's defense is at stake. If you get fouled up, we must turn to other companies.
As still more factories are raised, strange whispers begin to circulate in Washington, D.C.
A funny idea has occurred to me, Senator. Isn't it a little too coincidental that only Stark's plants are being sabotaged?
Are you saying that Stark may be deliberately sabotaging his own plants?
If Stark is a communist agent, look at the sweet spot he's in. First he grabs up dozens of government contracts. This makes the U.S. heavily dependent on his industrial empire for strategic weapons and research. Then he wrecks his own plants. Results? No deliveries. Wasted research and experiments. We fall behind the communists.
By George, if you're right, we'll have to investigate Stark thoroughly.
Days later, at Stark's main office in Flushing, New York. Well, little friends, we've made all the headlines. The government is losing confidence in us. All our contracts may be withdrawn.
In which case you lose every nickel you've got and wind up bankrupt, huh?
Right, Happy. From Park Avenue tycoon to Bowery bum in 3 short weeks. And the worst of it is, I don't know who's ruining me and my work.
Boy, if I had any brains, I'd take my walking papers right now. But I'm too handsome to have brains also, so I guess I'll stick with you till the end, boss.
Me too, Mr. Stark. Somebody has to keep Happy from driving you nuts.
Thanks, kids. I'll never forget this. Someone is gunning for me. That's for sure. But who? If he'd only show himself or make some telltale slip-up, I could go after him, as Iron Man. But as Stark helplessly tries to fathom the unknown has Iron Man very much on his mind.
I've damaged Stark's plants, but I'm still not satisfied. Not once. At any of the other factories,
Did Iron Man come for to protect Stark's property? And it's Iron Man they want to destroy, even more than Stark's industrial empire. My hunch is that Iron Man is right here, at Stark's research center, protecting it. Anyway, I'll soon find out. I'll head straight for the plant and challenge Iron Man. If I defeat him, I'll return home a national hero, powerful enough to replace even the leader himself.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, he's speaking in thought bubbles. The electrical lines. They're short-circuiting and causing fires as they did in my other plants. That means the saboteur is attacking us here. Happy Pepper, alert the guards!
Right, boss.
Meanwhile, I'll switch to Iron Man. This is my chance to pay off a few debts. As Stark, I'd be trapped in this flaming room. But as Iron Man, I can smash right through the wall to the outside. Next moment, there he is. That must be the mysterious saboteur. He must be awfully sure of his powers to come knocking at my front door.
Iron Man, at least, now to line up your frequency.
Judging by his acts of sabotage, that character possesses vast electrical powers. He might do to me what he did to my plants, if I let him.
There, now to emit the electrical voltage that will destroy Iron Man inside his metal shell. Something's wrong. My electrical bolts are not affecting Iron Man. Shh. No, chum, because I use my transistor power to set up an electrical force field to shield me from your electrical onslaught. Then I will electrify the ground under your metal boots. That will finish you. Wrong again. Not while I'm airborne. Even you can't defy scientific law. What now, my Crimson friend? Your powers can't affect me. The static I'm emitting interferes with all your electrical signals.
Blast Iron Man. I never counted on this. If he's invulnerable to my electricity, I'll have to find a way to match his strength.
Suppose you clear up one mystery. You destroyed my plants, right? Of course, I am Professor Vanko, whom my leader calls the Crimson Dynamo. But sabotage alone will not satisfy me. I have vowed to destroy Iron Man. There, I took down the Crimson Dynamo's confession on my tiny ultra-sensitive tape recorder. Now I can prove I'm not responsible for the sabotage. But that gives me an idea. All commies are chronically suspicious of each other. Are you such a coward that you must flee from me?
Well,
you're not exactly my idea of the perfect playmate.
Why are you uprooting that tree?
For the same reason I'm felling these oaks with a few karate whacks.
Chop. You must be mad.
Yep, mad as all get out for what you did to Tony Stark. And now, Buster, you're going to pay for it. Have you ever been imprisoned inside of a square of fallen trees?
Wait, don't! I'm trapped. Blast you, Iron Man. Where are you going now?
Does Kennedy tell Khrushchev? You'll find out soon enough.
Minutes later, as Iron Man reappears,
Where are you taking me?
To Flushing Bay, where we're going for a little swim.
But if the water, the shock will electrocute both of us.
Who cares, as long as I make sure you never menace us again. Since we cannot defeat one another, we'll both pay the price for failure.
No, wait! I don't want to die. Surrender. I surrender, you win.
Now you're beginning to make sense. By the way, I'm intercepting a radio message from behind the Iron Curtain right now, on my built-in receiver. It might interest you to eavesdrop with me. Here's a tiny pair of earplugs. Tune in and learn your reward for trying to destroy me. It will show you how trustworthy your leader is.
Remember, comrades, seize Vanko the instant he returns, and machine gun him. I cannot take any chances of the Crimson Dynamo being more popular than I, so Vanko must be liquidated.
The unscrupulous scoundrel! So, death was to be my reward for serving him.
Poor Vanko. He doesn't know he really heard my voice, not his leader's. While I left momentarily, I quickly recorded the speech he just heard on my tape machine. I was certain that he'd believe it, because he knows how treacherous all communists are.
Thank you, Iron Man. You have saved my life. I realize now that my scientific genius has been at the service of a savage, double-dealing system.
My ruse worked. Now for a real twist. As one of the world's most brilliant experts in electricity, why don't you defect to the U.S., give your talents to a nation which appreciates men of genius, and allows them to work on projects to aid mankind, not to destroy others?
I accept your offer, Iron Man, and to show my good faith, our Red Spy network is holding a fortune of gold for sabotage purposes. I'll lead the FBI to the ring and use that gold to rebuild what I've destroyed. And I'll guarantee you a top job with Stark's company, running your own electrical research department.
Finally, at Stark's plant.
Give me an eye, Doctor. I'm seeing things. Iron Man acting buddy-buddy with that Red Saboteur.
You're wrong, Happy. He's been promoted from enemy saboteur to top researchman for Anthony Stark.
And halfway around the world.
Idiots! Traitors! There is no one I can trust. Vanko is not sharing his great knowledge with the accursed Anthony Stark. But it is all Iron Man's fault. Once again the hated American defender has foiled my plans. But next time shall be different. Next time I shall bury Iron Man.
Wrong, comrade. Next time, Iron Man is an entirely different, extra-long 18-page epic adventure as he battles the mysterious Melter. Don't miss it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.